Love is in the air. Love is everywhere.
So we got a Valentine's edition of the Judge and JD show this week, right here from Fredericksburg, Texas. As we talked about, this is a Valentine's edition of the Judge and JD show.
We're going to visit with Josi Sokoloff, going to talk about wedding planning just in time for Valentine's weekend. And Steve Dansby of Steve Dansby and the Hellbillies will perform live and tell some stories as well. So it's going to be a lovable show today.
It's going to be a lovable show. Be full of love.
Hug In is out at Lukenbach this weekend.
It is.
There's a lot of great activities going on in Fredericksburg. Going to be fun.
Yep. Speaking of fun, don't we have a giveaway?
We do. Got a Pioneer cap and a koozie.
What were they calling them? Huggies or something?
A huggy.
A huggy, a koozie.
Koozie. All right, here we go. See who we got here. I can read it. Robert Walker. Congratulations, Robert Walker. You're the winner.
Ashley, with our crew, we'll get you a cap and a koozie.
The Judge and JD show and Pioneer Bar, baby.
Hey guys, I'm out this week, but I still wanted to tell you what was happening in Fredericksburg. With Valentine's happening this weekend, it's going to be busy all across town, so make sure that you guys have your reservations, plan ahead of time for travel, and also be patient with staff. It is going to be busy at all the hotels, bars, and venues, but we want you to have a wonderful time while you're visiting us here. Also, spring is right around the corner. March, April, and May events are filling up fast. So if you're planning a large event or a wedding, please check with your vendors. Make sure you confirm your timelines and everything. Don't just assume everything is done. Also, support locally. If there is a change or if there is an emergency, we know how to work together and we will get your event done with less stress. So always support local in Fredericksburg. That's all. So you guys, see y'all when I get back next week. Bye.
Well, like we said, love is in the air, and it's wedding season. I guess it's always wedding season.
It's always wedding season, you know. One of those things here in Fredericksburg, but especially spring weddings, right? Isn't that kind of what spring and summer weddings is what we got coming up?
And we have Josi Sokoloff in the studio today, and we're going to talk some weddings and love and flowers.
Josi's a wedding planning expert, and she maybe kind of fill us in on a few things.
Sure can.
All right.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, good to have you.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Good to have you. So what got you into wedding planning? What
I think just being a young girl and just being obsessed with wedding dresses, the details, beautiful flower arrangements, things like that. I think that's what got me hooked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a young girl's dream all the
Yeah.
time. That wedding, finding the man, and
we have worked with Josi on many weddings, and Maddie's not here today, but she said it on one of our shows before. Maddie and Josi work together great.
Yes.
But she said before that, the difference in my opinion, when you're dealing with a wedding, you're talking about something that somebody's going to remember the rest of their lives, particularly the bride. Things have to be right. And us as a caterer, I mean, you got to care to make things right because there's so many moving parts. And Josie's just really good about pulling that all together and help keep us all in line and pointing in the right direction.
I like telling people what to do.
Yeah, you've told me what to do many, many times.
Perfect.
Yes, and you can get paid for it. That's even better.
But marriage is probably the single most. It's definitely one of the biggest days.
JD, can we talk about marriage on a different podcast? This is getting married. We're talking about. Marriage might be a whole different. I'm kidding. But anyway, it's good. Anyway, go ahead.
But I was going to say it's one of the milestones of a man and a woman's life, and
and it's great. You get to see your friends get married. You get to see your friends' kids get married. And then you make some really, really great connections, and you make new friends by doing this. So a lot of the people I've helped, we're still connected after 23 years of doing this. I still have a lot of those connections, and they still see me and hug me like for the best day of their life.
That's a good point too, because it's it's the memories. That memory will last a lifetime. So.
And you may or may not agree with me on, but it seems like that day, just everybody involved, all the stakeholders become a little family.
Yes, absolutely.
And like I say, we've worked on many of them together, and it's such an important thing, and it just takes a lot of time,
a lot of skill.
A lot of skill.
Well, let's talk coaches a little bit. What's on y'all's menu? I mean, do you pretty much make
for Josi's weddings? We've done a little bit of everything. Weddings and other events, but we kind of do a little bit of everything. I mean, high end to traditional barbecue to just whatever the party needs.
Whatever the party needs, basically.
Yes, our chefs are trained in all kinds of stuff, and
variety is the spice of life.
Yes.
It is.
So Josie puts us to work and that sort of thing. So we've worked many venues together, but I mean, what are some of the main ones? Where do you like to?
Here in town, locally, I really like the larger venues. There's a lot more room to put things, set up. Vista Oaks is great. We have the Lodge, which is also really great. But seeing a trend come in, what's happening lately is a lot more micro weddings, less than 100 people.
We're seeing, yeah.
And there's a fantastic venue out there right now. It's Cross Mountain Vineyard Venue, and it holds anywhere from 100 on less people, but it also has cabins. So the whole party can come in, stay on the premises, get married on site, have the reception, and it's like a one deal.
Nice.
Come in for the weekend, and you don't have to go anywhere, and it's fantastic. And so a lot of those places seem to be popping up a lot more now than, but of course you still have the big weddings, especially here in town. You have to invite everybody. You can't just invite 100 people.
Here in Fredericksburg, weddings have always just kind of been a big thing where you got 300, 400, 500 people there. And
everybody.
Everybody, and but a lot of the folks coming from out of town, we are seeing more and more, like you said, we want to call them micro weddings, and under 100 people.
We are definitely a destination wedding here locally.
For sure.
Especially when it comes to our Catholic Church too, our St. Mary's Catholic Church.
Absolutely.
Lots and lots of people come in and want to get married, and it's beautiful. Why wouldn't you want to get married there?
It is beautiful.
So that has a lot of people coming in, and they rent our venues. So.
And with your planning, you literally take the weight of the world.
I like to think that
shoulder,
I do, and a lot of the venues also make it easier for us now too, because back in the day when we first started, a lot of people thought, you don't need a wedding planner. You can do this on your own. But as time has progressed, a lot of the venues require a wedding planner. You have to have one. And that just makes things so much easier because
you're not dealing with 20 different people.
Exactly. They know exactly what's happening. They plan the event. So the venue manager itself is just there for the venue, make sure there's toilet paper, make sure there's hand, towels in the bathroom, things like that, and make sure the lights are turned off at the very end of the event. That's what a venue manager does compared to a wedding coordinator.
Because there's so many things. We mentioned your catering.
Right.
A DJ, a band, photographer, videographer. Is that a word?
But you name it. We got
the list goes on.
Right. You have to make sure these people show up, because if they don't, and I have a story about that, if they don't show up, then you've got to kick it into gear and figure it out.
Yes. Yes.
Where's the best man?
Find one.
We don't know.
Yeah.
You're right. You kind of get out there and you quarterback the thing, and and then you've got all of us, and one of the things I like working with your weddings is we all really just kind of, we know we've done it enough together. We're really just kind of waving at each other, but we know what we're thinking, and somebody just grabs a hold and we overlap from time to time, helping each other out with things. But the idea is that the family and the folks enjoying the wedding is get to enjoy the wedding, not stress over the wedding.
How do folks get a hold of you to?
Well, you can find me online, of course. I have a website. It's called Tie the Knot Hill Country, and I have a website that has my contact information there. But a lot of it is just word of mouth. We have a great community here, and people know a lot of people.
We do have a great community.
So a lot of referrals that way.
And we're all Fredericksburg local to the core right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The venues here in town are great.
There really is. There's not a single venue in town that you cannot, you can't go wrong.
Right.
They're really great.
And a lot of our listeners and stuff are folks coming to town too, as well as locals. And man, you just cannot go wrong with the volume of places to look at, the quality of places to look at.
I often tell people too, you don't have to hire a wedding planner, and you don't have to hire me. But it would just make things so much easier on you, and we can enjoy your day. Your mother can enjoy your day. Your dad can enjoy your day, instead of having to be pulled in different directions that day. That's what we're for.
I've been to those types of weddings where people are pulled into it through the years, but so that it just makes it so smooth and nice. And
it does.
It does. It's just like taking on a project if you're going to build something, but you're not a builder. You know what I mean? You can pull it off, but it's just not going to be the same.
Right?
If people that do it every day, or
because I tell people too. I had an experience when my nephew got married. Y'all know my brother, so his son was getting married, and
Kevin.
Yes, exactly. The week of the wedding, I made a phone call to the florist, and the florist answered the phone, and she's like, "I'm on my way into the emergency room." I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think anything of it at all. Monday rolls over and no call from her. Tuesday rolls over, no call from her. So I start looking for her. Lo and behold, she's in ICU in a coma.
Oh gosh.
She went into diabetic shock, and I'm like, "This is my florist." So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So one thing I did not tell Kevin, didn't tell him a single word. I drove to San Antonio, picked up the wedding flowers. We're probably about 8 boxes in my little hatchback and 13 flower arrangement stands. And they tell me that's not going to fit in your car. I'm like, watch me. So got it all in the car. I was practically into the dashboard, but I was like, I don't care. These things are coming home with me. And I make it back for rehearsal, take care of rehearsal. I'm like, I got to go. I'm like, you're not going to stay? I'm like, no, I just got to take care of a few things. Got home and I made 13 centerpieces.
Oh, wow.
That night on my back porch. So I'm thinking, okay, back porch, the deer are going to eat them. Because I'm on my back porch. So I call the venue.
Folks, those are the things that it takes a wedding planner, event planner.
Hill country, deer gonna eat the flowers.
The deer are going to eat them, yeah.
So I called the venue, and just out of luck, the bride decided to end her wedding the night before that we had the venue, her wedding early. And I said, hey, what does she rent? Because this is at Featherstone. And then she's like, well, she rented a couch that we didn't get because we ordered one, but we weren't going to get it anymore. And she has all this decorations that leave it up. So she saved us, that bride, whoever that bride was, saved us with more decor that we weren't going to get because I just got what I needed. And I drove out there 4 times delivering all the flowers, got to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, got up at 7. Then I told them.
Right.
Then I told them what happened.
Right.
But it was just
the
something.
whole idea is not to create stress.
That's exactly right. Take the stress away.
All the stress was on you.
Right. And I was just like, what am I going to do? How do I get this fixed?
Yep.
And I did.
And when I used to work in public policy, we call it the sausage making process. You don't want to see that part.
You don't.
You just want to see the flowers and all.
Exactly. You don't want to know what happened.
Work.
Yeah.
Josie work. Don't look. Just she's got it, and everything will be.
And
beautiful.
so now Kevin and them are going to name their first child after me. So.
All right.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, no, it's just an important day.
It is. It's a very important day.
And well, that's what I found is when you work with the folks that do this day in, day out, makes it a lot less stressful.
Makes it a lot less stressful. Yeah. But, the trends that are happening now that I'm seeing seems like people are getting really wise to the fact that they don't want stress on their wedding day.
Yeah.
So a lot of brides are now turning to where there's no bridesmaids and no groomsmen. I'm sorry. Yeah. Groomsmen. That's right. So I'm thinking that's fantastic. You don't have to worry about all that drama there.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that.
So it's just the bride and the groom.
Just the bride and the groom.
Just the bride and the groom. And you have everybody there as a witness, and you just pick certain people if you even need to have your license signed by a witness. A A lot of places you don't anymore. A lot of counties you don't. But, it's just really, I like that trend.
Yeah.
And so a lot of colorful weddings coming up. I can see that. A lot of monochromatic colors, a lot of bold colors coming up. So it's just going to be another beautiful wedding season.
And like we mentioned, it's not just in the spring. I mean,
love is in the air.
A lot of people like to have a November wedding, where it's cooler and things like that.
Especially
too. So
here,
it's year round.
Exactly. Especially here in Texas, your wedding season is the most busy starting October, November, and even into December. January, February slows down, because people are coming off the holidays.
Right.
But then February, Valentine's Day is coming up.
And it's Valentine's weekend. Love is in the air.
Yes.
Love is everywhere.
And the minute those girls get those rings on, yes, aren't you?
He's usually full of something else, but he's full of love today.
Going to the hug-in at Lukenbach, yeah. But, no, that's great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So when you go to a wedding, just please don't wear white.
Don't wear white.
Don't wear white.
Okay.
And tell Mari when you get a wedding invitation, it says Mr. and Miss Judge Edwards. She's not invited. Tell her.
Marty can't come.
She cannot come. That's what that means.
No +2. Huh?
No +2. No.
And as far as Weinheimer Tours, I've been getting a lot of wedding shuttle jobs.
Yes,
lately.
absolutely. That's the best idea.
And that's really been growing for me a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea.
It takes the transportation headache out of the picture as well. Mm-hmm. But not only that, I mean, I think a lot of my service is obviously bachelorette parties. Yeah. So the party before the big wedding,
right?
The bachelorettes come in and they just want to have a good time and cut loose.
Yes.
And I pretty much do the same thing you do with my planning, is take all the stress off them. And that's one thing that people really like about my service is that I'm an assistant, guide, driver. And there's one more thing in there.
Showman.
Well, there's some showmen.
Musicians.
Josie's been on my bus.
I've been on his bus.
Josie and the Pussycats have been on my bus.
You sang for us. You pulled over and you sang.
I did. But no, we're blessed to all be in this community and all of our services combined.
It all works, and it all works, comes together, and again, like you say, just to let put it back on us, kind of thing,
right?
And let Josie kind of run the show,
right. And after you've worked with people over and over again, it just makes things so much easier. Because I've been asked that question before. How many times have you had something go wrong? And as I sat there and thought about it, I'm like, not a whole heck of a lot, knock on wood. But, because of the same people that I like to work with, and that just makes a big difference. Yeah.
There's not a heck of it ends up looking wrong, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Right.
So that's why you need when people get in an accident and got a van full of food and we have to figure it out, and you don't want to be doing that on your wedding day.
Right.
Improvise.
And, in your situation, keeping people off the road.
That's the best.
Right. Most of the time at these weddings, people are drinking and so forth.
Yep.
And anyway, there's lots of options.
Yep, like I always say, safety first and fun a close second for Weinheimer Tours. But no, that's great. So, what are some of your favorite weddings you've done?
I like weddings that are. I like them all, to be quite honest with you. But I really like the ones that have 12-inch centerpieces. They're just gushing with flowers, and
lights,
flowers everywhere, lights. But then I love those, but then you look at the ones that are just nice and simple. Those are probably the most gorgeous weddings as well. Nice and simple centerpieces that you aren't going to break the bank. You just step back and like, wow, this is fantastic. So they're all my favorite. It's really hard to pinpoint, but they really are.
Right.
You brought up a good point there. Weddings can be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But there's ways, when you're working with the right people to manage that number and kind of navigate that process and bring those numbers down a little bit. So that's the other thing we try to help with.
Because you can easily spend $30,000 on a 100 less guest count wedding. That's about the norm. But again, it's just about who you work with and what kind of relationship you have with them, that you can refer people to, that's a lot. And then you don't see a lot of the traditional, my daughter's getting married, we're paying for the whole wedding. You don't see that a lot anymore. A little bit? It's changing a lot. Everybody's pitching in. You've got, Hispanic weddings. We do a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins and things like that help out. So, you don't see that tradition a lot, but it does happen every now and then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Now, it's an interesting business.
It is. It is.
But we've had a lot of fun with it.
I've enjoyed it.
And
it is a lot of fun. And if you guys are having fun, guess what? Well, the wedding party's having fun.
And that's what I found too, is they're looking for your energy and your participation, not just us in the back throwing, some a hunk of beef in the oven. You know what I mean? The smells and the activity and the way we're dressed and the
how
way
we serve,
how we work with the crowd and I've found that it makes a big difference.
Yeah, food is everything at a wedding.
Food
really
is
true, and booze, really. A little bit of booze in there.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It is Fredericksburg.
Was there anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Just like I said before, you don't need a wedding planner, but it just makes better sense to have one. A lot of venues require one. You don't have to hire me, but you find one. Yes. Find a good one that you
do.
like.
You need to hire Josi. You need to hire.
Find a great one that you like and one that's going to work with you and one that you're going to click with.
And knows everybody in town.
That helps. That really does help. Yeah.
Right. And she's seen a lot of successful weddings. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go local.
Go local.
Well, let's all get our info out there. Go ahead and get your info. So let's get booked.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. What you got?
Maybe we all do one together.
Yeah.
Let's do some revals, I guess, however you say that. There's got some wedding anniversaries coming up, I'm sure.
What was your info again? So get it.
My website is tietheknothillcountry.com, and my name is Josi Sokoloff.
Yep.
Judge,
and I'm Judge.
Get that catering gig, buddy.
Yeah, we've got a catering company. It's called Coach's Hill Country Hospitality. We've been around here forever as well, and we've catered every kind of wedding or other event you can imagine, and so we're right here for you as well.
And we got Weinheimer Tours.
We got buses for you.
830-329-6608.
Oh, he said his phone number.
Yeah.
Did y'all want to get your phone number in there?
Mine's 830-992-6080.
I'm 210-371-0267.
There you go. Give us a call. Maybe Paula can put that up on the screen.
Yeah, put them up there. All right. Thank you, Josi.
Thanks, Josi.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We love our Texas Red Dirt music here on the Judge and JD show. And as promised, we've got Steve Dansby of Steve Dansby and the Hellbillies. Now, that Judge is an old hellbilly. You're not a hillbilly. You're a hellbilly.
Call it a hillbilly.
Yeah. Just hillbillies like to raise a little hell.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there you go.
That's how we got the names.
I love it. Well, Steve, you're a veteran. I mean, you've been performing Texas music, Red Dirt, whatever you want to classify it as, for forever, right?
Yeah, when it started, when it came out, I was already kind of making a transition from heavy metal. Most of us, I dare say most of us. I mean, there's a few that just came straight out into country, but
Cody Jinks was a metal.
Man, all of us were metal guys. Me and Kevin Fowler used to run all up and down I-35.
Don't tell me you were in the Dolls. What was it? The Dolls?
No.
What band did he have?
Thunderfoot. Hey, what? Now, I'm not going to talk about before Thunderfoot. I don't want Kevin getting mad at me, but no, I hung around. I played with Love Child, Zeros, Cherry Street, all those guys, while Kevin was with Thunderfoot before he went to Dangerous Toys and all
Dangerous
that.
Toys.
Dangerous Toys. Yeah, Dolls.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was something with a doll.
Hey, Kevin, write that one, man. Yeah, I love his writing. That's kind of where "Don't Laugh at My Shirt" kind of came from. That same style, just making fun of stuff that we see. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. We're rolling. We're good with it.
I forget where I am sometimes.
So do I. So do we.
Yeah,
I'm just glad my people at church love me so much. They don't let me preach anymore, but
But the single "Don't Laugh at My Shirt," I mean, it's still on the chart.
It's still on the chart. It's been almost a year.
That's crazy.
I think it's the first week of March will be. I think the last week of this month will be a year.
And it's still being played.
Yeah.
And you've got the new single out. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But that's crazy. The "Don't Laugh at My Shirt" song has just been crazy.
Well, I wrote it a long time ago. And it's still, every time I go play, it's the most requested song that I get. And that's why I finally just said, you know what? Last year around this time, a lot of people were real upset. Everybody was taking the world way too serious. And I just wanted people to laugh. And I said, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not going to produce it, not going to put a bunch of stuff in it. So when you listen, it's just a stripped down, like you're sitting in a bar somewhere, you're just hearing a couple of guitars and bass and drums. Just tell the story and get out of it. And so there's not a lot of production to it. And I didn't really expect a lot of people to get into it that way. I kind of like things raw like that. But evidently it struck a nerve with some people. And yeah, that story, that came about. I got fired from a job. Turns out if you say certain things to your boss, sometimes you can get fired from a job.
Really?
And guys like I used to be an iron worker and stuff, and in some of those types of jobs, it's kind of a machismo kind of a job. And so you show up to work, you were running late, you were wearing some interesting outfit. Yeah, attire, that'd be good. Yeah. And people say stuff and they get on you pretty good, like being back in junior high, man. Their kids can be mean. And so you say stuff right back to them, and sometimes they can't take it back, and the boss man gets a little mad and fires you. So you drive home and you write a song in your head on the way home, and as soon as you get home, you just put it on paper. It took 5 minutes to write it all down because I can't spell very well. And so should have taken 2 minutes because I already had the whole song worked out by the time I got it. Kind of worked itself out before I even went to work that morning, but you know. So that's how that's why I just tell the story. I tell everybody I don't write songs like a lot of in Nashville. They want me to sit down. I've been to Nashville a million times. They love my writing out there, but they all want me to sit down and, like in grade school, do a rough draft and just free write for a while and do all these little. And I'm like, that's just not how I do it, man. All I do is maybe I'm still messed up from the 80s and early 90s with some of the chemical enhancements, but I see. I didn't say last night. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah,
I'm saying I'm
with you.
I'm a recovering me, and so But what I do, what I do is when I write a song, I just narrate the videos that are in my head. I call them videos. The doctors call them hallucinations, but there's more production than a regular hallucination. In mine, I see the cast members. I see, like you can IMDb what's in my head. So it's not really a hallucination in my opinion. But at least that's what the other voices tell me. It's not a hallucination. And so that's what I do is I just basically, whatever the movie is I just watched in my head, I sit down and narrate it.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I wish my ex-wife would have understood that. She thought I wrote songs about all different people all over, and they are about different people, but I may not have even met these people. They were in the movie I just watched, but she was pretty sure I lived them all, and I did live some of them. But yeah, Don't Laugh at My Shirt. It's one of my guilty favorites. It's one of those where I sit back and go, I sure hope that Peckerhead hears the song I'm on the radio. Because
when you play it, we'll send it out to Peckerhead.
Here's an Easter egg, just in case he's heard it but hadn't put it all together. Here's an Easter egg in the song. Her name is in the song several times. There you go.
All right.
Her name is in the song. I just wanted him to sit there and go, did he? What? No. And so I said it over and over to make sure that he really, by the end, he's like, I'm not vindictive. I just think it's funny to keep poking the bear after the bear's already wore out. It's just, that's the most fun time because it's less dangerous. So,
Well, let's send it out to Peckerhead. You want to play that one?
All right, Peckerhead. Here you go, man. I hope you're watching just for the fun of it. You're still my friend, even though you've never spoken to me again. But I heard y'all got married. Congratulations. I hope it works out real well for you. So we go. Well, I was up too late last night, and I know I'm a sight to see. I didn't get to sleep till 3:30. Picked me up and I stumbled around. I put on the first clothes I found, and here I am. You think it's funny? Just wait and see. Don't laugh at my shirt, 'cause it belongs to your girlfriend. I found it on my floor again. She left it there last night. Don't laugh at my shirt, the one I'm wearing. Now that you know we're sharing, it's alright to cry. Now don't get so twisted up, 'cause this ain't so easy for me. Well, I'm tired and this morning I couldn't see. Well, I know you're a little frustrated, but right now I'm being violated. These underwear feel like they're made of fishing string. So don't laugh at my shirt, 'cause it belongs to your girlfriend. I found it on my floor again. She left it there last night. Don't laugh at my shirt, the one I'm wearing. Now that you know we're sharing, it's alright to cry. Now that you know she's sharing, it's alright to cry.
Steve Dansby, the Judge and Jay Show. Don't laugh at my shirt.
Yeah.
Next month it'll be on the chart a year.
I know, man. I never expected anything like that. You know, I expected being a funny song, up and
Yeah, we
down,
talked
in about
that,
6. I figured 6 to 8 weeks. I figured people would laugh the first 2 or 3 weeks. It would shoot up. They'd share it with all their friends.
Right.
Everybody'd listen once and go, "That's a funny story," and then it would fall. But evidently, they either like to hear the story over and over, or they're still sharing it with just a few people at a time every week.
So,
you know?
so the charts. I've learned a lot of this from JD about how it works and so forth. Can you tell us a little bit more? I mean, can you talk a little bit about how the charts work?
Yeah,
The two
for
of y'all
some of
know
our
it.
viewers.
Yeah,
for
some-
the
I find
viewers.
it very interesting.
Right. And especially if there's anybody like me who's out there playing and they want to get on the charts and stuff. Basically, it's a very simple thing to understand. Like the intelligence of it is simple. The more spins you get, the better you do. If there's you and 2 other people and you're going to do the top 3, one of you gets 112 spins, and that means that 20 radio stations played you X number of times, and it added up.
Spins are basically every time the song
Every time it's
plays
played.
on a radio station.
Yeah.
A particular station. So you might have, like he said, 20 spins on this station.
5
a week.
on another
And it's
one.
based on a week.
A 1 week period.
Yeah.
And, you might have 5 stations spinning your song. You might have 100 stations, but if the 100 stations are only playing you once a week and the 5 stations are playing you 30 times a day, you're going to kill the one that had the more stations.
Yeah.
So it's all about numbers, and the more times that you're basically people are confined in their cars in traffic and they're listening to the radio, and that's the basic model of it before we had all the internet stuff.
Right.
But they're confined to their car, they're listening to the radio, and they're going to hear whatever the radio station's playing. If you're played during drive times, you get 3 points. If you're played during work business times that aren't drive times, you get 2 points. And that's the old model. And then 1 point for after hours. Like, I think it was it 7 or 8 o'clock at night until 5 in the morning was 1 point, because there's less listeners.
Sure.
And it's all based on how they sell their commercials. But now we've got internet radio and everything else. They're still selling commercials and doing the same type of thing, but it's basically 1 spin, 1 point for
That's how it works.
yeah. And so you're trying to just get as many spins as you can get. You're trying to get played as often as possible and get as many people to like you and call in and try to interact with the station. And stations want, just like this, a podcast, you need interaction. And the more interaction, the better things go. Same with the radio stations. They're looking for interaction. And when people send them 100 requests for a song, they're going to play that song more often than if they get 10 requests.
Sure.
So it's the same process.
It's always been that way, right? The charts.
Yeah, it's just pretty much a ratings system.
Yeah.
You know, are you generating a buzz and getting people to tune into the radio station to hear you? Then you're going to get more spins because more people will tune in more often because you're being played more.
I guess one of the very first charts was Billboard.
And
so it's kind of the same process.
Yes, it's all based off of Billboard because it's the one that stuck around the longest. There was also Radio and Records.
R&R.
Yeah,
I didn't forget, but
I'm guessing they're still going. I
know Billboard is. For
even a guy who's in it, I haven't even thought to look for Radio and Records charts in a very long time. I'm going to go study that in the car when I leave. Just because
I know.
I try to stay on top. I had a mentor. He was one of the most intelligent human beings I ever knew. And as far as the music business, as far as people I knew in the music business who knew me back, he was the king. I mean, he was everything. He was a great mentor for me. And he said one time, I forgot where I was even going with this because he said so many incredible things, but his name was David Hibbard. And David Hibbard, unfortunately, he passed a couple of years ago, but he said, as soon as you think you know everything about this business, you're behind. Because if you stop to eat, if you go to the bathroom, or if you go to sleep, you're behind. Because this business changes every second.
Wow. Yes. And that was back.
And this was
years ago.
probably late 80s. This was right before I signed my second record label.
And think about
doing
how much
heavy metal.
Changed now.
Oh gosh. Well, it's crazy because in that same time frame when he and I was sitting and studying with him, it was a one day a week. I would go in his office and I was paying to go in his office and sit with him for an hour every week just to learn the music business as much as I could. And he told me while I was sitting there, he said, and this had to be, I guess, around 90 or 91, because he said in the next 10 years, people aren't going to buy albums anymore. And I was confused. I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. He said, people will be able to go into a store like Hastings Records and they will have listening stations with headphones. And you will sit there and put the headphones on and you will listen to a song, stop and go, buy that one. Listen, buy that one, listen. And you will be able to put together your album of any songs that you want. And he said, and then past that, people will be able to do that at home and there won't even be record stores anymore. And I said,
he was correct.
I said, man, you're the smartest guy I ever met in my life, but you're insane. You're talking conspiracy theory, like time travel type stuff. And my gosh, by the year 2000, iPods were out. And I was sitting there going, oh, this is crazy. That's why everybody keeps asking me, hey, do you have any CDs available? No, I'm just doing one song at the time like everybody else now. There's no point in me going and spending $100,000 making a record.
Right, just one song at a time.
And there's no point in me going, I mean, they're like, well, you can go to Nashville and cut. Yeah, I can. But I'm not competing with George Strait, man. I'm 54 years old. There's no marketing company is going to jump behind me and make me the new face of country music. I'm not stupid. But I've got a lot of songs that have piqued a lot of interest from Nashville, LA, Chicago, a lot of big places. I just need to get them out there and get them heard by enough people that somebody that sings better than me can stop and a 20-year-old that's way better than me can go, man, do you mind if I cut that song? Please cut that song. Please cut every song I've got because I'll make my money off of my songwriting royalties the more people that cut them and release them and sell them, the better I do. The more radio airplay it gets from 10 other people singing it, the better I do. But I love to entertain. So you're always going to find me in a club, a bar, a dance hall, fairs and festivals. You're going to find me playing them live if you want to hear me do them. If you want to hear somebody better than me do them, find somebody better than me and turn them on to me and say, hey, play this guy's song. I would love that. I'm not stingy with my songs at all.
Was it Wayne Carson? Or I can't remember who said this, but a hit song doesn't care who sings it.
That's right. That is exactly right.
I was trying to remember who that quote is from, but that's
I don't remember who it's from, but I know I heard that from a couple of my friends in the Nashville songwriting scene have said that same thing.
You know,
so.
And nowadays with AI, that's a whole nother area.
Man, I've had professional musicians I've worked with my whole life that haven't done much in the past 10 years that have popped up over the last year going, hey, you got to hear this song I wrote. And I know them very well. One of them I've known my whole life. And this person said, you got to hear this new song I just wrote. It's so awesome. Said, it's not me singing it, but check this out. And as soon as it came on, I was like, okay, that sounds like a computer. But I also own a recording studio for 30 years. So and sometimes I can hear the difference in AI and sometimes I can't. I mean, some of it's really good. And just off the top of my head, I'm like, I don't know if that's AI or real. But as soon as the lyrics started, I was like, stop it. You did not write this. I did. You did not write this. Your stuff doesn't even go as good as roses are red, violets are blue. You can't even get that part down. And you're telling me no. And they're like, well, what I did was I told my story to the AI. And the AI, see, you didn't write nothing. All you did was talk your jibber jabber that nobody can understand. Even when you're drunk at a bar, the drunk people don't even understand what you're saying. And the computer put something together. So that's hard on guys like us that, I've been writing since I was a kid. Right. I think I was 15 when I won the Patty Loveless songwriting contest. I guess that was about 1985 or 6. She did a national songwriting contest and I won. And they called and they wanted to talk to me. So my mom says, hey, Steve, come get the phone. Hello. Because I was going through, my voice was changing. And they're like, we're trying to reach the one who wrote this song. Yeah, that's me. I wrote that. And they're like, how old are you? I said, I'm 15. They're like, dude, there's no way you wrote this song. I'm like, yeah, I wrote the song. I had my copyright and everything.
What was the name of that one, brother?
Oh,
you were 15.
Believe me, if I could figure out what it was, I would dig it out and it would already be released. I want to say it was a song called Just In Case, but I really don't remember enough of it to do anything with it. But they were like, they came to town and they met me and they were just like, we can't give you the prize. You have to be 18. Well, I didn't know when I entered the contest. It just said looking for professional songwriters. I'd already been playing for so long that 15 to me, I was professional. I was making a good living playing.
That's awesome.
And because back then I could play 5 nights a week and knock down the same money I'm making now. This was the 80s.
Musicians have been making $100 a man for since 1920. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I can tell you I was making that much in the early 80s, 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So now I demand $125.
Yeah, I at least got to have that extra 25.
Well, cents, $125.
Oh, yeah.
And a quarter. They won't give me $125.
Oh, $125.
Yeah, $125. The quarter is just like, say I got a quarter in case somebody cares. But
Kiss Another Senorita.
Oh yeah,
the new single.
That was a movie I watched.
Regional radio chart.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one and the production of it, and if you'd play it for us.
The production of it is more fun to talk about. Because all I did when I wrote it was I just watched a little movie in my head and wrote it. There was really nothing to it. I mean, if you just listen to it, that's pretty much the whole idea of it is just living on a beach somewhere for the rest of my life with no worries, no nothing tying me down, just whatever happens. But yeah, when recording it, I've been playing guitar my whole life. I've played with a lot of people, played on a lot of records, and I do country, rock, blues, all that kind of stuff. Spanish style guitar is not something I ever worked on, but I was like, how hard can it be? And so I recorded the song, and I pulled out my nylon string guitar, and I started for about combination over the course of a week, 10 or 12 hours. I was in there recording semi-Spanish guitar. I would say more like South Waco guitar, because South Waco is where the Hispanic community is, and you get a lot of them that aren't very Mexican at all. And that's kind of what my Spanish guitar was sounding, not Mexican at all. And so I got a lot of friends in South Waco. They're going to laugh when they hear that, and because they've heard me try. And so I was sitting there, I was just like, this is frustrating, man. I wonder what Rodney's doing. My friend Rodney Pyatt, and Rodney, I hope you're checking this out, man. You are one of the best human beings I know. I love you, man. Rodney Pyatt used to play for Selena, and he's played for a lot of people. Spent 10 years with Stoney LaRue. All the stuff that you heard from Stoney that made him famous, all those guitars, that was all Rodney. All the slide parts in
oh man,
all that,
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma break, all that. That's Rodney.
Nice.
So I was just like, wonder what Rodney's doing. He lives in the Temple area. I live in Waco, close, 30 minutes from each other. So I picked up the phone. I was frustrated, and I said, hey man, what are you up to? And he goes, I'm in Waco with my daughter. And I was like, dude, if you got a few minutes, I got a tune that I need help on. I can't make the guitar sound right. He goes, yeah, man, I'll swing by. I said, it's Spanish guitar. He goes, I'm on my way. It's his favorite thing. So he comes over. He comes in. He's like, you got a nylon guitar? I handed him a nylon. He listened through it a time or two, and he goes, yeah, man, cool, let's do it. So in 20 minutes, the song was finished with about 3 different tracks of him just shredding. And I'm like, my 12 hours wasn't wasted, but it was wasted. And so, yeah, he drilled it in about 20 minutes, had 3 takes laid down on it, and they were all phenomenal. So that's when we started the song off with he was just kind of noodling, warming up, and I hit the record button, and that's what the intro is.
I love that
intro. That wasn't supposed to be there. It was just something and I just thought, hey, he's noodling some cool stuff. I might use it later. I just left it on the intro of the song.
Love it.
And the Spanish guitar made the song. We've recorded it probably 3 or 4 times with different bands over the years, but I couldn't get that sound until that day when he stopped in. So yeah, it's
about to crack the top 100 on the Texas Regional Radio Chart.
Yeah.
Would you play it for us?
Yeah. It's not as cool without Rodney here, but
Well, we'll get the idea.
I'll do my best. So. Might have been the salt, it might have been the lime, could have been the girl that I met last night, but I know I'm gonna stay lost. Might have been the surf, it might have been the sand, could have been the way that she held my hand, but I know I'm gonna stay lost. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita, wait for another tequila sunrise from a beach town on the shoreline. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita, good night.
Yeah.
Maybe the sound of the tide coming in, could be the smell of the sand on her skin, but I know I'm gonna stay lost. Well, it might be the salt, it might be the lime, could be the girl that I'm with tonight, but I know I'm gonna stay lost. Have another margarita, kiss another for another tequila sunrise from a beach town on the shoreline. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita goodnight. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita. Wait for another tequila sunrise from a beach town on the shoreline. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita goodnight. Have another margarita, kiss another senorita goodnight.
Steve Dansby on the Judge and JD Show. Steve Dansby and the Hellbillies. Look them up. Request at your favorite Texas Red Dirt radio station, and let's get that song moving on up the chart. Man, Steve, we could talk to you forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
you're a great storyteller, and we could go on.
We hadn't even touched the surface. I got a heart transplant 4.5 years ago and 3.5 years
heart
ago.
Transplant?
Transplant. Yeah, they took mine and just tossed it and put in somebody else.
That's amazing.
And then 11 months later, I was in a car crash, broke 11 vertebrae, shattered a 12th, and was paralyzed from the waist down. Fun stuff like that. And
Man.
that's just the last few years, man. Long before that, when I was in hair bands and all that. I've had some fun.
Well, we'll have to get you back on the show because you're a hoot.
Yeah.
And if anybody rides Harleys out there and they want to do some rides anywhere in the Central Texas area, hit me up, man. I'm always looking to ride with people.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, you were fabulous.
Fabulous.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys were the fabulous ones for bringing me out here. I appreciate it.
We appreciate the time, man.
We'll get you a link to the show so you can share it with all your
Yep,
your
I'll
fans
put it on
and family
my
and friends.
TikToks and Instabooks and Facegrams and all those.
All that jazz.
Yeah, man. I got it all. So.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming in, Steve.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Steve Dansby.
Come back and see us.
All
From
right.
the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for making the Judge and JD show such a huge success in just a short period of time. What is this, episode 40?
40.
Over 200,000 views, 5,000 subscribers. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just a lot of love, and we appreciate it.
Yes, we get stopped at HEB. I mean, walking around, people are really really kind,
And we're loving
and supporting us, and we're loving it. So stay with us, and if you ever want to see anything different or want to, send us a message, do that, and thank you again.
We want to thank Steve Dansby for coming in. That guy has done so much in the world of Texas music. Red Dirt Americana, toured with Travis Tritt, but just a wonderful storyteller.
We're gonna be sore tomorrow from laughing.
I know.
I mean, he's a character.
You betcha. We could have gone on forever with Steve. Yes. And we want to thank our good friend Josi Sokoloff as well. Talking about weddings in Fredericksburg, all that just ties together.
Good stuff. Don't forget our team. We got Ashley here today kind of running the
Thank you,
the
Ashley.
Producers table. Marty's traveling.
Thank you, Kristen, as always. She always does a wonderful job.
And so we appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great Valentine's weekend.